And for most athletes, by the time they get to the playoffs and the championship, their bounce is lower than when they started in the beginning of the season. I'm going to give you 5 tips to avoid that and gain vertical jump in season. Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 steps to gain vertical jump in season. Most of the time, athletes lose their bounce in season just due to the higher volume, the higher energy demands of your sport. You got practices, you got games. And for most athletes, by the time they get to the playoffs and the championship, their bounce is lower than when they started in the beginning of the season. I'm going to give you 5 tips to avoid that and gain vertical jump in season. But before I do that, make sure that you like this video. If you like it, subscribe to the channel. I post these videos every single day at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Comment JUMP, J-U-M-P, down below in the comment section, and I will send you a free bodyweight vertical jump training program. And stop playing with your gains. Let me coach you. You watching this video, imagine if Nathanael Morton was your own personal coach. The gains would be incredible. All you got to do is sign up for any one of my programs, and I will walk you through every step of the way any one of my programs. Let's get into it. 5 steps to gain vert in season. So a couple of videos ago, I talked about how so let's just back up a step. I am the coach of a high school basketball team. I am the coach of a high school AAU team. Same kids from the high school play on I started an AAU basketball team for the kids in my high school, just so everybody gets better. So a couple of videos ago, I talked about how in the beginning of the summer to the end of the summer, less kids had knee pain at the end of the summer and more kids had bounce. More kids were dunking at the end of the summer. And that's with us doing workouts and practices 3 times per week and us playing in tournaments every single weekend. So 3 to 4 to 5 games every weekend, 3 practices a week. Every single kid on my team who had knee pain, I fixed their knee pain during the AAU season. And I had 5 kids, 4 to 5 kids, who were now dunking at the end of the season compared to in the beginning of the season. Here's how I did it. And here's how you can gain vert in season. Step number 1 is I need you to do this knee warm-up before every single workout, before every single practice, and before every single game in season. And I forced the kids on my team to do this knee warm-up because it is that important. If you get knee pain during season, if you get knee pain due to the higher energy demands, the higher volume, the more ground contacts in your season, then you're not going to be having bounce anytime soon. Because weak knees, a lot of people with knee pain jump really high, but weak knees are not going to make you jump your highest. You want strong tendons, strong knees altogether. So tip number 1, do this knee warm-up. I need you to do 3 to 5 sets of 45-second isometrics before every single workout, every single practice, every single game. I need you to do that. If you can't do that, shut this video off because you're just not built for it. Shut this video off because you are just not built for it. So what you're going to do is you're going to shoot around. You're going to warm up. You're going to do your layup lines. You're going to go off to the side. You're going to do a 45-second wall sit. You're going to come back in. And if you're like, well, my coach won't let me do that, then do it before that. Get there early and do it before that. Do your isometrics early. So, and then you're going to 2 minutes, shoot around. You want 2 minutes in between these. 2 minutes of, shooting around, doing your form shooting, your layup lines, whatever you're going to do. 45-second isometric. 2 minutes of dynamic warm-up, shooting around, 45-second isometric. You're going to do this 3 to 5 times. That is the knee warm-up. 3 to 5 sets of 2 minutes of shooting around and 45-second isometrics. It could be a Spanish squat. It could be a single leg knee extension hold. It could be a lunge hold. A wall sit is very easy. Just find a wall and do a 45-second wall sit. That is going to be step number 1. Do your knee warm-up before every workout, every practice, every game so that you don't get knee pain in season. Step number 2 is I want you to try microdosing. I made a full video on this 2 days ago, I think it was. I made a full video on microdosing, so go back and watch that if you want to know what microdosing actually is. If not, I'll give you enough context right here. So what I want you to do is before or after your game or practices and games. So before your game, before your practice, or after your practice, after your game, I want you to do a microdosing workout. And that all that means is a smaller high intensity workout before your practice or before your game. And I do this with all my athletes. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a warm up, then you're going to do a high intensity plyometric for 5 sets of 3 reps. You could do depth jumps. Then you're going to do 5 sets of 3 reps of a main lift. It could be a power clean, a squat, a barbell RDL, trap bar deadlift, a high pull, rear foot elevated split squat. You're going to do 5 sets of 3 to 5 reps. Just don't do, so you want to be going high intensity to force adaptation, but you don't want to be doing so much volume. That's why we're lower in the reps, that you get sore or that there's interference and you don't play as good in your practice or your games. So warm up. And if you're going to work out before your game, I need you to do the knee warm up first. You need to warm up with the isometrics before your workout, and then you don't have to do it again before your practice or your game. So your warm up, your high intensity plyo, your main lift, and then you can add an accessory lift in there if you want, something like single leg RDLs or some monster walks or some glute medius work or some post chain work, some hyperextensions, whatever you want to add in there. And then you're going to go and you're going to practice or you're going to play in your game. Okay. If you can't do it before, then I need you to do this after. Okay. So that is step number 2. You're going to try microdosing and you're going to work out before your practices or games, or if you can't do that, after your practices or your games. That is step number 2. Step number 3, very important. When you do your microdosing, I need you to progressive overload. I need you to progressive overload, because if you just do the same shit all season, the same workouts all season, the same sets, the same reps, the same load, your vertical jump is not going to increase because it has no reason to. You have to push your body to do more. Okay. Now your body's already doing more by doing higher volume, by playing basketball, doing a bunch of low level unorganized plyometrics. So that is why I like to work out before the practices, before the games. And I like to progressive overload by going more intense on your power work and your strength work. You have to be trying to push the limits. You got to be trying to progressive overload. So we got our warm up. We got our depth jumps, 5 sets of 3 reps. You have to be trying to jump higher and higher and higher on those depth jumps. Let's say you're not going to do depth jumps. You're going to do seated box jumps. You got to be trying to do more and more and more. Whatever plyo you do, you got to be trying to progressive overload. Same thing for your power or your strength movement. For your 5 sets of 3 squats, you're going to be trying to move the bar faster. You got to be increasing the load a little bit. You have to be doing more. Progressive overload in season is still relevant. Your body is not going to change. Your vertical jump is not going to increase if you don't force it to. You must force adaptation by trying to do more and more and more. And this is why we are doing microdosing, so that the workouts are shorter, so that we can still be in season and we can still hit short, high intensity workouts and still try to progressive overload. If you're doing long ass workouts, you're probably not going to be able, you're going to be fatigued from your practices in your games. And then you do these long ass workouts, and now that long ass workout is interfering with your practices and your games. That is why in my Beyond the Rim in season program, it is all microdosing. Okay. The workouts are short, sweet, to the point. That is step number 3, progressive overload, force your body to change. Step number 4 is I need you to take extra rest days if needed. If you have a workout scheduled, let's say you get my programs and I have a workout scheduled on Wednesday, but Tuesday night, you guys played it in a very intense game. It was a battle. And then Wednesday comes, it's time for you to do your workout, but you're still sore. You're fatigued. I need you to take a rest day instead of that. You can still hit your practice, right? But you should push that workout to the next day. Okay. So be smart. I don't know your schedule. As I say all the time, everybody has a different schedule for in season. Everybody plays on different days. So there's no one workout plan, no one workout split, no program that I could give you that would be specific to you unless I customized it. But that's $200 a month for me. So just if you have $200 a month, you want me to customize it, let's get it. But if not, the regular programs work. And what I need you to do is push your workouts back one day if you are fatigued or you're tired or you're sore and you need some extra rest. Okay, that's going to be much better. So I need you to take an extra rest day on the workout programs or your training if you need to. Tip number 5, which is very important, is I need you to sleep well. I need you to take naps. I need you to take or get adequate amounts of protein, and I need you to get enough calories. And I'll break all of these down for you, but the reason that I didn't make these 4 separate tips, I put this into one tip, is because this is all revolving around recovery, right? If your vertical jump is not increasing, if you hit a plateau, you are doing one of 2 things wrong. Number 1, you are either not stimulating your body, you are not stressing your body in a way that forces adaptation. That could be one. You're not doing the right shit. Number 2 is maybe you're doing the right shit, but you're not allowing for enough recovery. So your body can't recover enough to actually adapt to that stimulus or stressor that you gave it. These are the only 2 reasons why you hit a plateau. The only 2 reasons why your vertical jump is not increasing. You're not stressing it right. You're not allowing for enough recovery. The only 2. So these are all revolving around recovery. What I need you to do to recover in season is get enough sleep, right? Go to bed earlier. These knuckleheads on my team, I can't stand it, but you're not really going to change the way that teenagers do things. But you watching this, you are already a learner. You're already ahead of everybody else. If you're watching my videos, you're a student of the game. It means you're willing to do what it takes. So I need you to go to bed earlier on days that you can. I understand there's some late games. Maybe you play away and you have a 7:30 p.m. game, and then you have to play your game. Then you have to drive home. Then you got to get something to eat to recover after your game. And by the time you go to bed, it's late, and you got to wake up early for school. I understand that. But on the days that you can, I need you to go to bed earlier. On the days that you can't, if you can, I need you to take a nap that day, a little power nap, okay? 10, 15, 20 minutes, lay back, put your feet up. You can even nap in class, right? Mrs. Smith will understand, okay? Maybe she won't, but take a power nap if you can. Power naps are great. And think about this. This is all I'm going to say about this. Think about babies and little children. They need naps. A little kid. I have a friend, Travis. He has a son. He's 3 years old. He's actually 4 years old, but he doesn't take naps all the time now. But when he was 2 and 3 years old, Chandler, his son, needed naps. Why? Because Chandler is growing. And when your body is growing and adapting, you need more sleep. That is why babies and toddlers and little kids need more sleep. They take naps. You, when you're doing a lot of work, when you're in the weight room hitting it hard and you're making adaptations, you're stressing it, your body is growing. It's trying to build up bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive. So you will need a little bit more sleep and more recovery. So take a nap if you can. After that is protein. How much protein is necessary? In season, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. A lot of people think that's too much, but with all of the demands in season, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight is probably up at the high end. That wouldn't be a bad thing to do. But you can go all the way down to 0.8, 0.75 grams per pound of body weight. But if you're not getting that, especially in season, you're probably not recovering enough. You're not giving enough protein to recover from all of your workouts, all of your practices, all of your gains, your games, et cetera, et cetera. So get enough protein. And then the last thing is eat enough calories, okay? For a lot of people, a lot of guys in season, it's going to be hard to eat in a caloric surplus, especially because in season, your metabolism is a little bit higher. Especially if you're young, your metabolism is likely already high, especially if you're an ectomorph and you're already skinnier, on the skinnier side, and it's hard for you to gain weight. Your body is going to be like a furnace. So it's going to be hard to eat in a caloric surplus, but you at least need to be trying to hit maintenance or giving your body enough fuel to recover and to perform. Okay, so enough fuel, in quotes, is different for everybody. But just understand, you should not be in a caloric deficit in season. You should not. And if you are in a calorie deficit during your season with games and practices 6 days a week, and you are wondering why your vertical jump will not increase, it's because you are not giving your body enough fuel. Your body can't grow when doing all of this shit and you not giving it enough nutrients because you're depriving it. You're putting yourself in a deficit in season. I would never do that. So, yeah, these are my 5 steps to increase your vertical jump in season so that by the end of season, for your playoffs and your championship, your vertical jump is higher than when you started. And this is what I did for all of my kids so that their vertical jump at the beginning of the season to the end of the season, I had 5 kids dunking who were not dunking at the beginning of the season. But they have Nathanael Morton as their coach, which you could too. If you get my programs right now, I will coach you every step of the way. Like this video if you like it, comment, jump for that free bodyweight vertical jump training program. Get my programs and leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. I will see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.